Yes, Olatunbosun Abolarinwa joins us now. He's a security consultant to examine, as we continue to look at this ceasefire agreement. Thank you for coming on this morning.
Thank you. Good morning.
Well, it was yesterday that the news was in several papers that the kidnapped Chibok girls were going to be released. The Chadian president brokering the peace, negotiating, also part of those negotiating. And then lots of people were a little skeptical. It was hazy out there. Will it be? Wouldn't it be? Where are we in all of this? So they don't have all the information. But from what you've seen, going by this ceasefire agreement, how do you see this playing out?
Okay. The first thing I want to do first is to appreciate the Boko Haram for coming to table to negotiate with the federal government. I also want to appreciate the effort of the federal government that at last, I think it's been 4 years now, that I have been advocating that negotiation is part of the way to end this. So I want to appreciate both sides for finally coming to a table to talk. And I still want to reiterate that in any country where terrorism seems to be the order of the day, negotiation is key to how to bring it to an end.
But when you say negotiations, that you had encouraged both parties to negotiate, what was the mindset? Did you have the perception or the impression that yes, when they negotiate, it was going to be holistic, and when they negotiate the ceasefire agreement, if they come to one, was going to be total and have that effect across board almost immediately?
Well, we'll be too much in a hurry to come to that because we've allowed the situation to degenerate to where it is at the moment. If you are saying this to me 5, 6, 7 years ago, I will say yes, it will be holistic because the group was still very, very micro then. But at the moment, if you hear what the Malam Danladi Hamadu, the Secretary General of the Boko Haram said, now they too are forced to investigate some of the claims that they are kidnapping people. So we have other groups, we have criminal elements taking advantage of the situation. Don't forget, before Boko Haram came, we have our security problem. We have kidnappers, we have political disturbances all over the places, and all those people are now coming in. A village that want to have a go at another village is hiding under the umbrella of Boko Haram to perpetrate their evil. And at this point, I think we have a bigger problem on our hands, and I want to urge the federal government and Nigerian at large not to give room for any complacency at this point in time. It's not going to be holistic. Even if an agreement is reached today, to clear the remnants of what we are calling Boko Haram today, that are not Boko Haram, is still going to take us another 1 decade.
Wow. You know, that this becomes so difficult knowing full well that, well, it's more or less like a guerrilla warfare. They don't, those who have gone into fighting that you can easily recognize by their uniforms. And if we say what is happening now could be a splinter group or people who are pseudo Boko Haram members, it becomes a problem for the country. How do we now, at the end of the day, say we have a group we are in talks with and another group unleashing mayhem on the people that also claims not to be an offshoot of that particular group that is already on the talking table?
Okay. It depends on the quality of the people who are at the negotiation table. You don't just go into negotiation just because the other side are asking you to come and negotiate or because some other country president has got involved. It's a fantastic development, don't get me wrong. It's a step in the right direction. Are we in the right direction is another question we should be asking ourselves. To say that we are negotiating with the right group has been spread out on the face of dailies and media over the last 10, 15 days that I've been monitoring it closely. And I will still want to say that coming from Malam Danladi Amadu, he has said again and again that there are other groups operating under the perimeter of Boko Haram. Let's take, for instance, what happened at the Niger Delta. The Niger Delta militants claim to have given up their arms, laid down their arms after the amnesty program. But up till about 48 hours ago, we still have policemen being killed. We still have kidnappings and one form of fight or the other in that area. So now what I want you to now do or consider.
By the group?
Sorry?
which group is responsible?
That is where we're going now. So we're still going to have that with the Boko Haram. If after the amnesty program we still have some groups, a group of 10 people with powerful ammunitions can cause considerable amount of mayhem.
Yeah, but aren't there two things? If a group comes and says we've laid down our arms, and then maybe another group, they could be under, they could come, of course, they could be robbers, they could be anything, and then they carry out those kind of arms. Do we then say because this group has said they've laid down arms, we shouldn't expect any such incidents anymore, even as little as robbery?
On that note, that is where I'm going to advise Nigerians to exercise a little bit of patience. There is not going to be magic wand to solving. There is no magic wand in solving security situation that has gone as far as this has gone. Every country in the world is dealing with one form of security situation or the other at the moment. Helmand province in Afghanistan, 34 people was killed with bomb blast in Baghdad yesterday. We have the ISIS in Turkey and Syria, and all those situations is still going on. There is no total cleansing of this situation. So I want to urge people, and I want to urge the media to try and work with the government on this. Don't spread news that you cannot verify. And we want people to know that the fact that Boko Haram say we're going to release the Chibok girls on Monday does not necessarily mean or translate that they are going to release them on Monday. We need to learn how
the Secretary General says so.
The Secretary General may say so, but don't forget that these people are criminal elements. They have their own precautionary steps to take too. The issue of trust may be there. If we say, okay, we're coming to Ojodubega to release the Chibok girls, one of the things they're going to consider is that will the army be looking at us to do it? Will they lay ambush?
No, but this had a third party involved in it. Yeah. I mean, I've heard of people say, look, the capacity or the integrity of the third party, it's also very serious. And in this case, Chadian president. So if they say, look, yes, we will release them to the Chadian president, who will then in turn release them to the country, Nigeria, how then aren't they supposed to take that serious?
They have their own internal problem. We've just talked about faction now in their midst. I think one of the reasons it was anticipated about 2 weeks ago first, that about 2 Mondays ago they're going to be released. Then we are hearing rumors that the group that are holding the girls or the group that are holding part of the girls are not willing to release them. I think what the Boko Haram are trying to do now is that they're trying to boost their integrity. They're trying to say, okay, we fought for a cause. We don't want to release part or half of the Chibok girls. We want to release all the ones we have taken. Now, if they have issue with faction in their midst, I think I had a rumor about shootout between them when they tried to hold a meeting, and I think I hear that they are still holding another wider meetings. All these things will take time. They are not a free organization. They need to connect themselves. They need to move. There needs to be logistic. It takes about half an hour or 45 minutes to move the girls from their school to whatever we have on our hands today. It is very easy to destroy a thing. Building it back is going to take time, and I want us to have that at the back of